everyone. In this video, I'm going to paint these 3 pieces of furniture with some chalk paint that I mix up myself. When I found this bench, I saw the potential, and I have never seen one quite like it before, so I had to look it up online and discovered that it is called a deacon's bench. The rocking chair came from Minnesota. My mom brought it for me, and I think it will look great on our front porch. And the other little bench has been in our entryway and it needs to be fixed up. And I'm going to use it on a staging project, which will be in another upcoming video. Hey guys. So I'm excited to get started on these projects, and the first thing that I need to do is clean them. So what I'm going to use is Crud Cutter, because this works really good to get all of the stuff off of them, the dust and the dirt and everything. It acts like a deglosser, and it does a really good job of getting the shine off, almost like a sander, a liquid sander. So I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to mix up a recipe of paint. Okay, I finished cleaning these with the Crud Cutter, and I'm just gonna do a close-up of what it looks like now so that you can see the difference and why I like to use it. Okay, so can you see how the gloss has been taken away? It's not glossy like it was before, it's dulled, and it's just clean. It's clean and dulled up. I am gonna paint it with paint that I have because I want it to be black. So I'm gonna use this stuff that I have left over that I had painted my fireplace, and it is a satin finish, and it's a regular latex paint. And then I also have this, which is a chalk paint, and it's in Anvil Gray. So I'm gonna mix these 2 colors together. What I want is black. I want all of this to be black, but because I don't have like a true black and a chalk paint, I'm just gonna mix what I have. And then I have one other ingredient that I'm going to add to these, and I'm gonna put them all in the big can because I want to make sure that I have enough to do 2 coats on each of these 3 pieces. The third ingredient here is calcium carbonate, or chalk. So I just put all of my paints together and mixed them up, and then I added the chalk. I didn't measure it. I just did it until I had the consistency that felt and looked right. Adding the chalk to the paint was a lot like making bread, and as you add the flour, you just have to keep stirring until it's all absorbed. And it took a lot of stirring because there were still quite a few lumps and bumps in there. I've seen other video tutorials where people have mixed chalk with water and then added it to their paint. I didn't do it that way because I wanted my paint to remain really thick. At about this point in the stirring process, I thought I might have ruined my paint, but I was determined to make it work, so I just kept stirring and stirring.
When things in life get hard, it's too easy to just quit. And so, even with something as simple as this paint, I just thought about what Jesus said, to believe and to have faith. And so I did that with this paint.
The bench is painted, and the little bench is painted, and the rocking chair is painted, and it went on really good, so I am happy about that. It has a more shiny finish because of the satin paint that I used, so even though I added chalk to it, it still took on that finish of the paint that I had. Majority of the paint was a satin black finish, so it does still have that satin finish on it, which I'm okay with that. I am just happy that it took the paint and it turned out, and now I'm going to distress it, and I'm gonna use a wet microfiber or a damp microfiber cloth, and I'm gonna distress it, and hopefully that will work and I won't have to get out the sandpaper. And then after that, I am going to wax it. So this kind of worked, but not as fast as I want, and I don't want to spend an hour trying to distress this. I'm pretty sure it's because it's not all chalk paint. So the paint really took, and I am going to use some sandpaper, and I'm just using some 220 sandpaper. So I'm just going to distress it really quick with this. Okay, so I finished the bench, and I also finished the rocking chair and then that smaller bench. And you saw how I mixed the paint and kind of made my own custom chalk paint. Well, it turned out really good, and I think it's something that I would definitely do again. The only difference that I can tell so far is the sheen is shinier on this because of the satin paint that I mixed the chalk paint with. I don't mind that though, and actually after putting the wax on, it doesn't look like it's that much shinier. It just really mimics how a wax finish looks when you buff it. After I had finished painting and sanding and distressing it and waxing it, I just lightly buffed it, and it's good to go. And the other thing that is different is that I couldn't quite distress it as easily with a damp microfiber cloth like you normally can with chalk paint. It did not reactivate the paint as well because of that regular latex paint that was mixed into it. So I did have to get out the sanding block and the sandpaper and do a little bit more distressing with that. So those are the two main differences that I noticed, but the finish looks really good and similar, and I'm happy with I'm just happy with how it turned out. So I will show you how the rocking chair looks. I just wanted to style it a little bit here. And to see the little bench that I finished, we will have an upcoming video where it is being used in the downtown office where I styled the windows, and so we'll show you that in an upcoming video.